So hello all. Wanted to do a quick video. When I was a kid back in the 80s, I wanted an RC car and I wanted a Javelin, Kyosho Javelin, wanted some other cars as well, an RC-10. But what I ended up with was a World Engines Rockbuster. And the one I ended up with in 1986 or 1987 was the hopped up Rockbuster, which had the 540 motor and the gold wheels and the oil shocks. And as much as I know about these, they were available in kits. They were available from hobby shops, fully assembled, but they were assembled, I think, by the hobby shop owners, if I recall. There's not a whole lot of information that I remember because I was a kid back in '86, but I got it for my birthday, and actually, for my 50th birthday coming up, this is what I ended up buying off of eBay. But I wanted to go through this a little bit, show you a little bit about how I ended up with this, and just to truly show that this is a time capsule, and I don't believe this thing was ever put on the road and ran. So opening up the box, and this is what I was referring to, that it was fully assembled. And I don't know that if the kits came with the little slots for the tires and everything, and then the hobby shops could just put them together and make them easy to sell. And my understanding is this company was based in Cincinnati, but the actual cars were sourced out of Korea, and they share the same chassis, and the box art's a little bit different, but they share many of the same things with the Academy Roadrunner, along with the physical thing that you see right here, excluding the decals, was identical to the Academy Roadrunner. But just looking at this, this one actually had in here a Gates battery. I do not plan to charge this up. This is very old. This thing's 40 years old, so I am not going to charge up an old NiCad battery. But it's just neat to see my old humpback battery from back then. I do remember these. I remember the battery door popping off mine and the battery skidding along the pavement, which is very common with these. Put this off to the side. This body, just to show that I don't think it was run, it doesn't have any real yellowing of the nylon or the ABS plastic. Has the driver in there. I mean, it's a very nice shaped body. No cracks, no nothing. This thing never ended up on its top. It's even just a little bit dusty on the top, but most of these would end up on their top after kids like me would jump curbs and stuff like that. And setting that off to the side. But this one, again, kind of supporting my claim that maybe hobby shops put these things together, it actually has an Aristocraft high-tech radio gear installed. And this front servo, and then the receiver back there. I assume that if I could find an old Challenger high-tech radio, that I could somewhat figure out a way to get that, so long as it was the same frequency and you just use different crystals. It's got the resistor up there, just like the Tamiya's. This is very common, very similar to a Hornet or a Grasshopper. And as I've seen on Emperor Engineering's video, the Rockbuster, the hopped up version, actually has a little bit different here. So it does have the sliding thing like the Hornet. It's not fixed, so it does move around in there. But it's also got the little spring deal, if you can see that up in there, to manage that up and down movement. It's got the original gearbox, but as you can tell, no scuffs on the gearbox. I mean, that's crazy. Like, as I said, most of these ended up being jumped off curbs. The bumper is pristine. This thing must have been new old stock, thrown on a shelf. Probably the Aristocraft radio was thrown somewhere or sold by somebody else. Battery door, no scuffs. But as some of you have seen, the chassis. It really only differs from a Hornet. It's got these louvers on the side. The only thing that, I mean, the wheels are pristine. The tires just have some flat spots on them. I don't know that that's a problem. And then it does have these oil shocks. And my understanding is these were a nice build oil shock that could be easily rebuilt. So I may take those apart and see if I can put some oil in them. I don't know if they've got oil in them at all. I just took this out of the box. It does have a Chinese sourced Mabuchi motor. It does spin freely. Also in Ampro Engineering's video, they talked about the gearboxes being a little bit warped. This one looks to be okay. I don't know if that was maybe caused from heat with the soft plastics, but this one may have been kept in a storage unit or something over time. The weird thing is too is there is no dust even on this thing, so it's just absolutely crazy. I mean, must have been just thrown in a box in a storage unit. Somebody made, I don't know, a bid on a storage unit. I know that happens, but as I said, it has that little piece in there. But on the front of the box, it says it's an unassembled kit, which tells me that maybe they came to hobby shops in order to sell them. In the world of no RTR vehicles, the hobby shops decided to build them up, sell them with a Aristocraft high-tech Challenger radio or a stick radio. Sorry about my dog. But yeah, I just want to share this. You can see the box art there. I mean, this box is in perfect shape. I guess not perfect by some of you collectors, but it's definitely perfect in my mind. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a decal sheet. It did not have a decal sheet with it. Get that from MCI Canada. I may get a 1060 ESC and see if I can get this thing running. The motor turns freely. There's not a lot of dirt in it, so I'm going to try to use it. And this will likely go on a shelf somewhere because this is a blast from my past. But thank you all. Just wanted to share this and getting a little bit nostalgic here. Talk to you later.